Annyeonghaseyo, everyone. Hello, hello. So, starting late tonight because I was trying my damnedest to make a TTS like companion thing, and I kind of got it. There's like this weird ass delay where the like character pops up and then pops back down, and then like a few seconds later you finally hear the message, and I'm like, it drove me fucking insane. So, I'll figure that out later because I'm not gonna wait like another 2 hours before I start the stream to get a TTS bot working. But anyway, welcome, welcome. We're going to be doing the early access demo of full title Threads of You Beyond the Bay. It's another like otome dating sim sort of thing, kind of like Date with Death. Only I get to pick who I get to romance, as far as I can tell. So we'll get into that. No monorex for this week, probably, just because I have a lot of other stuff going on. So, might as well jump right into the game. So, 1 second. Okay. There we go. And music should be playing now. I can turn that up a little bit. I feel like this will be a much quieter than the fucking KFC game I played yesterday. Also, hopefully my model's movement is smoother than it was yesterday. I like redid a lot of the settings, so hopefully that is the case. Let's go ahead and get the game started. Okay. I like write my name? By the way, also, they let you like choose your own pronouns and how you present yourself, feminine, masculine, whatever. I did that like before I started, so letting you know that's an option. Do I write it? Click? How do? Oh. Oh, if I right click, I can save. Okay, okay. Or maybe I just type. Oh, okay, you just type. Hey, okay, cool. And then enter. Yay. Yay, character creation, my favorite game. Oh, I guess my pronouns didn't save. This is a early access demo, so that would make sense. So I chose they, them. This is what I was talking about. I'll manually change them. You can also have randomized pronouns. If, like, you know, you're one of those people that has any pronouns, so that's kind of cool. I am masculine. They, them. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. So, moles. Oh, it's vitiligo. Is that how you say it? Vitiligo? That's how I always said it. Oops. Actually, let me Google that real quick. How do you pronounce? I want to say it right. I'd pronounce vitiligo. Vitiligo? Vitiligo? Google, say it for me.
Vitiligo.
Vitiligo. Okay. Vitiligo. Vitiligo. Get that out of my brain. Oh, the moles are right there. Okay, so no freckles. That mole right there. No scars. Eyebrows. These guys. Mouth. I'm a little playful bitch, so I kind of like the uwu mouth. But I'll just go with normal mouth. Okay, next page. These eyes are actually good. I get to change the colors. I assume I do. Those bangs are actually pretty good. Yeah, I'll just stay with those Bangs. Yeah. My bangs technically go the other way, but you get what you get. Then short in the back. Not really that. Guess a bit too long. If it didn't have like the little wispies at the bottom, that'd be more me. No, I'll just go with that. Okay. Um. That's clothing. How do I like? Maybe because it's early access, I can't change the colors? Oh, heterochromia doesn't seem to work quite yet. Let's do that. I like that. Yeah. I guess I just look like this for now. Better. Is that a wave? Oh, that's a wave, yeah. There's a heart. Heart's kind of cute. Little ribcage. I think I'll just do a normal one. It kind of goes through with the hood. Okay. What if can I go back a page? Oh, is this how you change the color? Oh, hold on. Hold the phone. There we go. That's my skin tone. Okay. I'm just fucking blind. I see how it is. No heterochromia. Blue eyes, hell yes. Usually go blue when it comes to eyes, because teal isn't usually an option, unfortunately. I mean, even with this model's eyes, I could only really go blue. What the fuck am I doing? Wait. Okay. Now we're cooking with gas. Hell yeah. Cool. Okay. I will change to that. There we go. And I'll make that black. Like a dark navy blue, but yeah. Nope. Yeah, we'll go with that. And then jacket. I did a hoodie over it. Yeah. Cool. I'll go white. I like the white. Glasses. Please let me have my glasses. Yes. Hell yeah. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, earrings. My character doesn't have earrings, so. These are facial piercings, which I also don't have, but cool that you get the option. Oh, wings are cute. I didn't expect there to be, but I was like, maybe there'll be horns. Oh, doki. Wait, how do you... Oh, there you go, okay. Oh, I just hit that to clear them off. Gotcha. It's technically me right now. Doesn't literally look like the headphones I'm wearing. Only bigger. Probably more comfortable. Yeah. Whenever I get the chance, I wear a face mask. Oh, that looks kind of cool. I'll see the black one, because I actually own a lot of black ones. Yeah. We'll go with that. Are you sure this is how you look? Yes. Saturday. Oh, cute. Ooh, okay, who hangs a plant in their car, though? It's a cool idea, but... gotta crash. There's gonna be dirt everywhere. As you cruise down a deserted road, a gentle breeze caresses your face through an open window. The occasional jolt of the car unsettles you. However, you quickly dismiss it from your mind. You've just finished your first year in college. Pardon me, I got a cough. Oh, that was like tickling my throat. Ugh. Also, 1 second. My cat is doing something. I gotta stop him. Stop him from doing crimes. My headphones back on. Okay, good to go. Little asshole was chewing on something he shouldn't have. You know, so the usual. So let me get this drink open. 1 second. Nice. One of those aha sparkling waters. I think it's watermelon? Yeah, lime and watermelon. There we go. It's actually pretty good. I used to hate them. I don't know. Sparkling, like, flavored water has grown on me. It's not full-on soda. It's like a lighter, kind of more refreshing taste. I can kind of, like, taste the carbonation, which is the part I used to hate, but it's like when you get a soda in a soda dispenser, but the flavored syrup wasn't there, so all you got was like the carbonated water. Blech, hate that. But these are flavored like just enough to where that doesn't bother me. But anyway, you expect me to go to college? I guess technically my first year. You've been looking forward to this trip. You had just completed your first year and planned to go back home to visit family and friends as a surprise over the summer. You look down at your GPS, following the bright yellow line displayed on your screen. This wasn't a road you were completely familiar with, nor was it anywhere near the freeway. Also, why am I driving right down the middle of the road? That's dangerous. Though, stupidly, you were persuaded by a video on Wickwalk to reconnect with nature, and thought it'd be faster than sitting through traffic jams or turbulence. Okay, Dalarum, just keep driving. It's probably nothing. You sigh to yourself and turn your radio up louder, hoping to drown out your anxiety. Honestly, me. Knew I should have just taken a plane. Ugh. This is the last time I'm listening to some random person on the internet. And the narrator says, it was in fact not the last time. Just as you mentally shake your fist at the Wickwalk you watched, your thoughts are abruptly interrupted by the stuttering of your car's engine, the gentle hum it produced getting drowned out by the crashing of the nearby waves. Metallic clattering comes from the hood of your car, making your eyes widen in alarm. Oh god. What? Before you could fully process what was happening, the car let out its final breath, stopping dead in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of the road as well. You sit in silence for a few minutes before inhaling deeply and stepping out of the car to observe its exterior. Is that my phone? Oh, hello. Hello, little fella. You're like the TTS spot I was trying to figure out and couldn't get to work properly. Your eyes squint in annoyance as light smoke expels from the hood of your car. Have I ever had that problem? I had something close. My mom was driving my car, and I saw it coming right before it happened, but I was so dead tired, my body didn't react in time to, like, warn my mom. But a deer leapt from, like, a side ditch right in front of our car, and boom, we hit it. It went flying. I saw its underbelly, and God, what broke? What broke? The thing that keeps the engine cool. The radiator. The radiator got busted, so we could only go for like 10 minutes tops before we had to stop, let it cool down, and then carry on again for another 10 minutes, stop, let it cool down, until finally my dad caught up with us and like towed us the rest of the way. Ugh. Not a good day. Especially since every single time we stopped, we're like out in the wilderness, and my mom's like, you know, cougars live around here. And I'm like, oh, thanks, Mom. That's what I wanted to hear. Cougars outside our car. Shit. What am I supposed to do now? Feeling a lump build up in your throat, you sit by a nearby rock to recollect yourself. Okay, no biggie. I'm just lost in the middle of nowhere with no signal and no sign of life. Ugh. You bury your head deep in your hands and groan at the absurdity of the situation. No way, no way, no way. This cannot actually be happening. What is this? A bad 2000s Adam Gertler movie? After what felt like an eternity under the scorching summer sun, the familiar growl of a well-functioning car catches your attention from a distance. Breathing a sigh of relief, you stand up and begin to wave frantically to grab the driver's attention. The car slows down and parks nearby. The engine pauses momentarily as the driver's door swings open. A man emerges from the car, donning a deep green jacket and tousled brown hair. He looks at you with a curious gaze as he takes off his sunglasses to rest them on the collar of his shirt. Oh, so he's hot, right? Yeah, he's hot.
Is everything all right?
Oh.
Do you need help?
Yes, I'm sorry I spoke over you. Can you say that again? Can I make you talk again? I'm not really sure what to do. Thank you for stopping by. My car broke down and I'm not really sure what to do from here. He dips his head towards you, taking a peek at your car. He steps forward, examining your car and sighing slightly at the steam rising up from your vehicle. His hand motions to the broken heap of a car, meeting your eyes for a quick second. Oh, I thought he was going to read the whole thing. I'm afraid that isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Might as well hop in with me and find shelter for the night. I mean, it's not like I got any other choice, but you could be a serial killer. You could be. Yeah, I'd still risk it all. I mean, look at him. Fuck. His hand taps the back of the car as he walks away, his hand gesturing for you to follow. You hesitate, as you only just met this man. He looks back at you for a moment before a light chuckle escapes his lips. Don't worry, you can trust me, Mr. Sir, who I just met, and have no context for what kind of person you are at all. He reaches into his pocket, taking out a small golden medallion. Oh. Is he like a sheriff? Yep. You give him a reassured smile as you make your way to his car. Those can be faked, you know. Oh well. The ride has been silent so far, but you didn't mind. I like driving in silence, actually. The smell of sea salt pours in from the open pane, the cool wind combing through your hair. Your eyes close as you take in your surroundings.
Enjoying the view?
We talk about you? 'Cause yeah. You open your eyes and turn to look at him. His hair was dancing along with the breeze coming from his open window, the lighter strands in his hair glistening under the sun. Hello, sir. You purse your lip for a moment and shrug. Your lip? Just one of them? Puckering up for a kiss? I guess it's alright. He lets out a small chuckle.
You're a tough critic, aren't you?
Well, I'm from the city. I'm a city boy. His lips curl into a playful smirk, and you can't help but smile back. Well, I have high standards. Well, I have high standards when it comes to views. You sink deeper into the seat, getting yourself comfortable for the rest of the trip. He turns down the volume of the car radio, allowing the soothing sounds of nature to take center stage. Ooh, we got the British spelling here. So, it'd probably be nice to get to know your travel buddy for the next God knows how many hours. Might as well break the ice. Where are we headed? How long have you been sheriff? How long have you been a sheriff? A good few years, actually. Probably as soon as I graduated. Not that I mind. I love this job. I get to help people, like you. End of the day, that's all that really matters to me. That's pretty nice. I guess so. I've never really seen myself doing anything else. He smiles to himself. Where are we headed? If you don't mind me asking, where are we headed? Ah, my town. Brine Bay. Ever heard of it? You think to yourself for a moment, racking your memory for any mention of Brine Bay. Nope, doesn't ring a bell. He nods to himself as you speak. I don't blame you. We're not too well known. I promise you that you'll like your stay, though. We've got great views. Actually, I'd like to ask you the same. What are you doing out here? Well, I was trying to visit home from college. I haven't been back for a while and was feeling a little homesick. Just my luck to have my car break down when I try, though, right? That was a nice laugh. Oh my goodness. He offhandedly laughs at your joke and taps lightly on the steering wheel. Yeah, that does suck. Hey, no worries. We'll get you back on the road in no time. He lets go of the wheel for a brief moment to give you a pat on the shoulder before focusing on the drive again. I don't think I have anything else to ask him for now. A moment of silence lingers between the two of you before he abruptly breaks it. You weren't out there for too long, were you? Well, it felt like forever. But I guess it wasn't that bad. I'm just relieved you showed up when you did. He smiles and nods, his eyes glued to the outstretched road ahead.
Jean, by the way.
Jean. Hello, Jean. Marry me. You turn to face him, head tilted in confusion. He takes notice of your lack of a response and turns to look at you.
My name, it's Jean.
Your mouth opens briefly, forming a silent, oh. I'm Dalarum. Dalarum? That's a nice name. You know what it means? Do you speak any Korean? Because I don't really speak a lot of Korean, but I know what that means. I had to research it. He shoots you a gentle smile before adjusting his eyes back on the road. You turn back to the open window, taking in the view once more. The lull of the engine, paired with the heavy crashing of the ocean waves, began to take over your thoughts, making your eyelids grow heavier by the minute. Before you knew it, you were dead asleep, exhaustion from the long day of driving mixed with stress finally taking over. Your eyes struggled to blink open as the sun shyly peeked over the clouds. Its beams greeted you ever so lovingly, the warmth creating a gentle blanket over you. You lift yourself off of the car door. Stretching the sleeplessness away, you lift yourself off of the car door. Was I, like, flung over it? Stretching the sleepiness away, your eyes eventually find Gene, his hand having a firm grip on the wheel and head turned towards you. Morning there, sleepyhead. You're awake just in time. His head gestures ahead of the car. Your gaze follows his cue to a small, old-fashioned building. The car comes to a rolling stop into the makeshift parking lot. Gene's deep voice pulls you out of your thoughts. This right here is Coral Inn, a hostel. You can stay here for the night. As long as it's nothing like the actual movie hostel, then okay. And don't worry about the pay. I've covered tonight for you. It's the least I can do, considering the day you've had. If you walk inside, just a little to your right should be the front desk. Just explain your situation, and my buddy Dante will get you all set up. I love the name Dante. I love that name. Nothing, I'm staying here. Thank you. Just for all the people you pick off the street. Thank you so much for your help. I'd seriously be so screwed if you didn't show up. He gives you a warm smile. It's no problem at all. Just glad to lend a hand. You give him a smile back and gather your belongings from his back seat.
Oh.
Before I forget about your car, there's only one mechanic around here, and his name is Kai. Take my number and I'll send you his address. You type his number into your contacts and give him your sincere thanks once again. I got his fucking digits, man. We're in. The two of you wave goodbye as you shut the car door behind you. He pulls out of the parking lot, leaving you to brave the hostel on your own. You stand in the open for a moment, breathing in deeply. The earthy smell of nearby plants mingled with the damp industrial material of the building helps you get a hold of your new surroundings. Yeah, I grew up in the city. Yep, nothing like home. Sure, it wasn't exactly where you wanted to go, but it honestly felt better. The refreshing, clean air was nothing like the city you grew up in, nor the one you've been staying in for college. It was nice to be in a quieter environment for once. A flock of birds chirp overhead, flying information towards the horizon. Watching them, you realize the sun was beginning to... I'm curious why sun is capitalized. Is the sun a deity? Do we worship the sun? Praise the sun! Was beginning to set right past the small corner of a corner lot of shops. The sun's setting already? How long have we been driving? Glad I didn't choose to just walk to society. I probably would have been walking for days. You look down at your watch to plan your next course of events. Your body was practically begging you to crash in for the day. Although you really should be getting your car sorted out first. Yeah, I mean, the car's pretty important, so let's go to the mechanic. You think it over for a minute and decide it would be best to talk to Kai as soon as possible. Then I can sleep. I really should get this sorted out first. You lug your backpack over your shoulders and check your phone for the address. Following the directions on the text from Jean, you make your way to the workshop to meet Kai. Also, whoever does the background art is pretty damn good. It's like stylized, but there's like enough detail in there that it looks lived in, but it's not too cluttered. So it's pretty to look at. I like it. Excuse me. I'm gonna get a drink here. As you approached closer, the sound of clanging tools paired by machinery filled your ears. The faint aroma of grease and oil growing more noticeable with each step. The large car-filled building seemed vacant, except for a figure bent over, peering into the hood of a car. Ooh. He's bent over, huh? Kai? You call out to no response. The hum of the car was overpowering your voice. Kai? Oh shit. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. No, no, no. He's got Casper hair. It's just red or orange. A little bit of both. Oh no, no, no. A fucking hot mechanic. What the fuck? I mean, I don't know what I expected. I see a lot of mechanics out here and they're not hot, which sucks for me. Why can't this be my reality? You called out a little louder. The figure finally stood up and turned to face you. A large grin was plastered on his face as he rubbed dirt and grease off of his forearm, and still clasping a wrench.
Well, you must be new here.
Hi? Before you could open your mouth to reply, he quickly cuts you off with a broad grin. And trust me, I'd remember a face as handsome as yours. Okay. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. I feel very welcome now. He winks a little and leans back against the car, grabbing a nearby cloth to clean his wrench-in hands.
To a the pleasure.
Mr. His tone lingered, prompting you to introduce yourself. I'm Dalarum. I was actually headed west until my car broke down near the forest. That's on me, I guess. I should have gotten my car checked out a good while ago. You look down to your shoes, fidgeting them against each other. Luckily, Jean found me and brought me here so that you can help me fix my car. You look back up at him and smile awkwardly, feeling a bit embarrassed about the whole situation. He let out a short laugh and nodded before putting his wrench down. Well, that won't be much of a problem. I'll head there with Jean later in the day. Although I do have to warn you, it's going to take a good while to fix it, especially if you're not from here. The spare parts here are pretty dated, and so are our cars, so it might take a while. Your worry must have been visible because he pushed himself off the car and immediately and defensively threw his hands up with his palms open. No, don't worry. You can trust me. My family has been working on cars since this town was founded. I'll get it working as soon as humanly possible. He pats your shoulder lightly and gives you a warm smile. You can give me your number and I'll call you, or I'll keep you updated on things. Fucking 2 people's numbers in one day? I'm fucking risen up this town. Hell yeah, here's my number. You chuckle a little at how frantic he got and nodded. Thanks for the reassurance. I appreciate it. He grabs his phone out of his pocket and hands it over to you, the screen displaying a small prompt for your information. As you type in your number, you spot him peeking over to the side. His deep brown eyes scan all over your face, almost as if he were studying you down to your smallest features. You feel your face flush for a moment before handing it back to him. There you go. I'll be looking forward to hearing from you.
Great. I'll send you a message when I get around to working on it. Hope you have a good time here.
He speaks very softly. He gives you another wink before turning around to continue working on the car behind him. Alright, time to get myself some sleep. I'm beat. Story of my life. Your shoes crunch against gravel as you make your way towards the entrance. The steps of the inn's wooden porch creak with each step, making you hurriedly... Am I saying this word right? Jesus Christ. Hurriedly take longer strides. Oh, cute cat. Somebody's keys as the hostel. Kinda a bit run down, but, you know, still free room for the night. As you open the door, you're greeted with surprisingly homely decor. The state of the building itself was just as decrepit as the exterior, if not worse, but someone was definitely doing their best to make it look good. Recalling Jean's directions, you take a few steps towards the right. A small wooden counter comes into view, a few monitors lined up on it, though only one seemed functional. You notice a man sitting behind one of them. The name tag on his shirt read Dante. Oh, he better be hot. He didn't exactly look ecstatic to be here, but he also didn't look like he hated it. Hey there. I'm Dalarum. I think Jean might have mentioned me to you. You hold your breath, hoping Jean wasn't lying about paying for the night. Dante looks up and down for a moment with a puzzled look before looking down at his phone. Dante looks you up and down for a moment. My goodness. Oh, huh. Guess he did. Alright then. He sighs to himself before standing up. You're stunned for a quick second as he towers over you. Oh fuck, he tall. He turns to grab a copper pepper. What is wrong with my mouth tonight? Ah. A-E-I-O-U. Ah, ba, 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 ba. Okay. I don't know vocal exercises. That's as close as I got. He turns to grab a couple papers from the shelf of files and books behind him. With a soft thump, a pile of papers fall in front of you. Okay, Dalarum. All you have to do is sign a few things and you should be good to go. You write down your information, occasionally glancing up towards him. When do I get to see him? I want to see Dante. Show me. Show me him. He was back in his seat, tapping on the table with a pen and glaring right into your soul. Jeez, creepy. All done. He slides over a small metal key with slight rust on its edges. Your room should be number 69. Nice. Don't make too much noise and no hot water past 9 p.m. Even for... Yes, even for small amounts like for tea. Okay, good night then. He ignores you and goes back to scrolling on his phone. Can I click on it? Oh. Hey. Does the skin tone change on the hand too, depending on what you picked? Because that's a cool detail. Save. Hey. Yes. The menu is super cute. What else is in here? Text message? Ah. Okay. Yeah, this is like gonna be like for like, oh, hold on. No. Okay, so that's main menu. I assume this is gonna be like a gallery. Like in A Date with Death, where you kind of just like unlock pictures as you go. Wi-Fi or music? Oh, no, it's like your relationship bar. Contacts. Oh, it's a little chibi fucking pictures are so cute. And then your settings. Okay, cool. Poppins? Oh, can I change it? Or maybe not. Oh, they got it for people who have oh my god. Dyslexia? What the fuck? Dyslexia. I have like dyslexia of the mouth is what I have. Mouth disease. Other people have dyslexia. I have dyslexia. That's what I got. That's what I'm struggling with right now. Well, isn't he just the most hospitable? You walk around the hostel, mentally counting each door and giggling to yourself over the childish number. Yeah. You eventually end up on the second floor, finding your room right by the stairs. Okay, Jean, let's hope this room isn't that bad. Taking a sharp breath, you insert the key and turn, not expecting much of a view. Oh, it's not bad. Also, like, fully furnished. It comes with a laptop? Shit. Whoa. For being a rundown place, this was a pretty nice room. Much better than you would have expected from the exterior or lobby. 2 large windows greeted you, luminescent moonlight shining through and illuminating the dark room. Despite being summer, the well-conditioned room made a cool breeze wash over your body. Not bad, Jean. Not bad. You done good. I guess it wouldn't hurt to... Oh goodness. Dalaroomfi? The room a little? Dropping your backpack and kicking off your shoes, you begin to set up the room to fit more of your liking. plushies? Can I? Oh, I can't scroll down. Okay, cool. Okay, plushies. Cat clock. Wall. Okay. Oh, here we go. Clock, wall decorations. Definitely not a mirror. It's gotta be fairy lights. Posters? Do you like cork boards? I collect a lot of like keychains and buttons and stuff of just little things I like. It's the dragon hoarder in me. I have all my shit in like boxes right now though, because I live in an apartment where you can't like put like nails in the wall. So hanging up a cork board is difficult. I have like alien double-sided tape. That's what's called, alien tape. And you're supposed to be able to like wash it off the wall without leaving like damage or residue behind. And I mean, it worked for a while, but then I decided I wanted to move the cork board. And so I took it off and I placed it in like the same exact way on just another part of the wall, and it refused to stick. So I took that down and had to put all my shit away, and I'm like, huh, god damn it. Fairy lights, however, are easy to hang up. We'll go with fairy lights. Desk. Lava lamp. Plant. Framed photo. We'll do plant. Pretend we got that out of our car. So that the poor little guy doesn't die. Hangable. What is that? Oh, surfboard. Random wheel. Buoy. Let's not do that. Okay, that's good. Taking a step back, you place your hands on your hips and let out a satisfied sigh to the newly decorated room. There we go. Much better. If my personality isn't on my walls, I don't feel at home. You change out of your clothes before falling onto the comfort of the bed, which actually looks really comfortable. Your body melts into the mattress, and you quietly thank Jean for being generous enough to rent you a room. This beats the car any day. Thoughts about ways to repay him linger as you are soothed to sleep by the night's embrace. Next day, Sunday. Your eyes gently flutter open to the side of the hostel room, lightly glazed with a warm sunrise glow. You raise your body slowly and stretch, feeling much better than you did the day prior. Hopping off the bed, you take small steps into the bathroom and get yourself ready for the day ahead. Thankfully, the hostel was kind enough to include toiletries and fresh towels. Much better. Taking one last look at yourself in the mirror, you gather your essentials and leave the room. You step into the lobby, as you step into the lobby, you're met with Dante's grouchy face. He sits behind the front desk, his legs up and a magazine in hand. Good morning, Dante. He gives you a quick glance before placing his attention back to the magazine. Dude, why don't I get to see Dante? I don't care that he's a dick. I can fix him. Please, show me. Good morning, Dalarum. Did you get a good night's rest? Despite asking, you could tell it was more of an automated response for good customer service than genuine curiosity. Hippie Gronk interlinked? What? Is that like on the magazine? You know what? I want to try something. I bet you it's the magazine. Or he's just gonna say whatever the hell he wants. See if he's paying attention. Yeah, I did actually. Although it did suck seeing a few rats run around. And then I saw a person on the balcony, or on my balcony. No way. Is this guy hearing anything I'm saying? Is Baby Gronk the new Riz King interlinked? Oh, this is a meme that I'm barely familiar with. All because of a slimesicle a video that I watched. He was watching like TikToks and this shit kept popping up and I'm like, what the fuck? Baby Gronk, the new Riz King? What the hell does this mean? You might have pushed your luck a little too hard as he turned to you, with his eyebrow fully raised and mouth agape. I'm sorry? What in God's name were any of those words you just said? Anyways, I was wondering if there was anywhere nearby I might be able to get a bite. I'm pretty hungry. I haven't really had anything but trail mix. There's a diner not too far from here. Just walk down the road and you'll run into it, I'm sure. He reaches under his desk and pulls out a pamphlet, holding it out for you. Thanks, man. While I'm here, could I know how much it'll cost me for another night here? You reach your hands into your pocket for your wallet. About 70, no more, no less. You know, that's not bad. You freeze. You aren't broke, but you definitely don't have enough money to pay 70 a night. I mean, also fair. I'm always a broke bitch, too. Plus, there was still the cost of whatever repairs needed to be done to your car. I'm not sure if I can afford that, actually. I might have to find somewhere else to crash. Dante sighs. Look, there's no other place you can stay. It's a small town, kid. It's either pay up or get comfy on the streets. You shuffle uncomfortably, hearing this. You really don't like the idea of sleeping outside, but you seriously don't have enough money for another night. Dante clears his throat to get your attention. You didn't even realize you were completely zoned out. He gives you a pitied sigh and looks up at you, putting his magazine down on the desk. I'm not sure if you'll be up for it, but I heard from word of mouth that the diner I mentioned was hiring. Could be a long shot, but it's the best chance you have right now. And since you're a friend of Jean's, I guess I can lower it to 50 a night. You good with that? Honestly, that's fucking good. Take it. I worked hotels for like 8 years. 70 was even a good fucking deal. You tap your fingers impatiently on the counter. You aren't sure about getting a job in a town you don't even plan to stay in, especially during a time that was supposed to be a vacation of sorts. Though after weighing your options, working for a while compared to being homeless is an unfamiliar place, or in a oh my goodness gracious. Someone restart my brain. It's blue screening right now. Okay, I got this. I can read. I can read good. Though after weighing out your options, working for a while compared to being homeless in an unfamiliar place doesn't seem bad at all. Alright. I'll keep that in mind when I grab a bite. Thanks again. He gives you a cordial nod before leaning back into his chair to continue reading his magazine. You walk around the town, a pamphlet in hand and a goal to fulfill. The diner. Where is the diner? As you scan your surroundings for the diner, you see a disheveled, red-haired man struggling with a heavy load of paint canisters in his hands, or in his arms. His grip falters ever so often, and the cans threaten to slip from his arms and crash to the ground. I mean, help the guy out. Running over, you brace yourself against the heavy wood-framed door and shove it open with your back. The scent of old parchment and pine immediately hits your face as soon as you open the door. It's comforting, nostalgic almost. The man gives you a quick thanks and rushes in, disappearing behind a curtain at the back of the store. Your eyes wander around the building you had entered and notice the wooden shelves lining the walls, stacked with books. Hell yes, we in a bookstore? A library? Some look old and worn, while others look new and untouched. You gently push the door shut and step into the store. A soft ding echoes, signaling your entrance. You feel the warmth of the sun fade as you move further inside. With your hand outstretched, you glide your fingers across the long row of books, feeling their distinct textures and designs. A familiar title catches your eye, and you make your way towards it. I haven't seen this series in forever. Wait, has there always been this many volumes? Trials of Tempest, the series that held so So many fond memories of your childhood. Is that maybe another one of their games? Curious, hold on. What is it? Trials of Tempest? Maybe it's a real book. There's a board game. Dungeons and Dragons. Okay. I don't think that's it, though. Okay. You hated reading? Fuck off with that option. You loved reading, and this one was your favorite. Reading was a common pastime for you, and Trials of Tempest happened to be one of your favorites. Rather than going outside or playing with your friends, you'd choose to instead get comfortable in your bed and read. Honestly, yeah. Eventually, the author stopped producing new volumes, so any hope of new stories was quickly dimmed out. You're quite tall, so grabbing the book placed high on the shelf wasn't an issue. I mean, this is true. You smile to yourself and effortlessly reach for the book. Right before you could grab it, another hand enters your view from behind you and gently grabs it before you could. Up, handsome. Why is everyone in this town hot? My headphones. Okay. You turn around and see the man from earlier, smiling softly at the book, brushing off any dust from its cover. A low chuckle escapes him, and he shifts his gaze towards you. Trials of Tempest?
Trials of Tempest. I'm surprised anyone else knows about this book.
Hello? I used to love this series as a kid. What about you? He holds the book out to you, letting you take hold of it. You take it, observing its cover. Yep, definitely haven't read this volume yet. Me too, but I've never seen this one before. Oops, clicked into OBS. There we go. Oh, he really hot. Is that the red hair? So is he the red-haired guy we just opened the door for? This is a special copy, actually. I bet you thought it ended at Journey to the Storm God, right? You nodded. That was the last volume released before the author stated publicly that he was too old to continue the series. The author actually used to live in this town. He'd write out a few more stories and kept them in this very shop. You looked back down at the book. There were more? And the author was from here? You certainly didn't expect that when your car broke down on some random road.
Hey.
How about for helping me earlier? I'll lend you the books. You can take this one with you. Just come back for the next few volumes. Lend? He takes notice of your confused expression and chuckles again. I work here, don't worry. I might look rough, but trust me. I'm not a fan of breaking and entering. And the story isn't that popular anyways. No one would notice if they weren't in stock. Plus, you're new, right? Dante mentioned we had a new face in town. We don't have much except for this one cool thing, so I want to give you something from our little corner of the world to remember. You smile and put the book in your backpack. Thank you. I'll take care of it. He takes notice of the pamphlet you had in hand.
Oh, were you looking for Cup of Joe Mama?
Cup of Joe Mama? That's the name. But yes, I guess? Yes, actually. Dante said it was just down the road, but I can't find it anywhere.
Down the road? It's literally on the other side of town. In fact, any further from here and you'd be at the beach.
You pause for a moment and mentally facepalm yourself. Dante never specified which direction to go, and you had ended up going the wrong way. Oh, thanks. He stifles his laugh with his hand and shakes his head. Classic Dante. Man, he's an asshole. Who refuses to show me his face. I want to see him. Can't help but laugh along. It was sort of comforting to hear that. It just meant Dante was rude to everyone, not just you. Truthfully, you were starting to feel like he had a personal vendetta against you. Oh, what were the paints for? So, may I ask what the paints were for? Oh. Just a little something I've been trying to work on. It's nothing too big. His lip curls into a strained smile, the dimples on his cheeks becoming more noticeable. I was just gonna say, boy has dimples. I love dimples. Ah, alright. Are you friends with Dante? You seem to know him pretty well. Are you and Dante friends? Something like that. Something like that. He knew my old boss, so I guess we're more acquaintances. He usually comes over for new magazines, or just books for the hostel lobby. Ah, I see. I guess I should get going now. Any longer and my stomach might burst. Well, I'm going to go to the diner before I miss out on breakfast. Thanks again for the book. No problem. Pauses for a moment. Dalarum. Dalarum. No problem, Dalarum.
Andrew, by the way. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Andrew. Yep, yes, nice to meet you too, Andrew. I'll see you around. You give him a smile and wave goodbye as you leave the bookstore. So, the diner is on the other side of town. God, kill me now. Following Andrew's advice, there it was. The words, Kapaja Mama, plastered not only on the sign above, but also hand-painted on the window. Your stomach grumbles for the second you lay eyes on it. This was your sign to make a break for it. Oh, it's cute. I like these colors. I mean, it's like covered in my color. You open the door, immediately hit with the sweet smell of roasted coffee beans and greasy bacon. How cozy. You make a beeline to a booth, ringing the small steel bell on the table. You look around, or you take a look around. The place is filled with families of all sizes, but you can only see one waiter. He seems to have his full attention on the cash register. His head perks up from the registry, and you watch as he grabs a small notebook, rushing over to you.
Hi, what can I get for you today?
Ah, our cute trans boy who likes Pokemon. I love you. He's a bit quiet, but nonetheless you understood him perfectly. Is this a bad time to order? No, definitely not a bad time. The other waiters, are just on leave. Summer, you know? God, my brain flatlined for a second. He gives you a toothy grin, and you can't help but smile back. He suddenly raises an eyebrow, his eyes trailing your face. Are you new here? I don't think I've seen you around here before. Yeah, I am. Oh, yeah, I am. My car broke down, so I'll be here until that gets fixed. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, no problem. My good friend Kai can get that all sorted for you, I'm sure. Stop, you're too cute. You got freckles? Your eyes are really cute. Oh my god. God, I can't. You continue explaining your situation to him, not holding back on the little details. So much so that you hadn't noticed he was now sitting in front of you. His eyes don't seem to leave yours, paying close attention to your words. A stark difference from Dante. It was pretty refreshing. That sounds like a lot, but hey, what's a trip with an empty stomach, right? As upon cue, your stomach emits a loud rumble, which makes the both of you burst out laughing.
Well then, what would you like to eat? On the house. I know you're low on cash right now.
You know, considering the hostel and car costs? Are you sure? I don't mind using a few dollars. He shakes his head, his messy blonde waves bouncing as he does. Take it as a welcoming gift. You look down at the worn-out menu laid before you. Well, if you insist, I'll get... Oh, here we go. What we got here? No. Fuck no. I'm not British. Omelet sounds good. Probably pancakes, though. Like a breakfast thing? Oh, it's moving. The camera's moving. Definitely wouldn't get a bacon cheeseburger for breakfast. Not to say I haven't had non-breakfasty things for breakfast. That's a bit much. That's pretty heavy. We'll do pancakes. Classic. Any toppings? Oh, fuck. I actually don't like maple syrup on stuff. Fresh fruit would be good. But like strawberry syrup is... Even whipped cream. Just fresh fruit. Oh, here we go. Fresh fruit and whipped cream. And strawberry syrup. Oh, yeah. Oh, and some butter, of course. Wait, fried chicken? I guess that's the thing. Isn't like waffles and chicken? I mean, do I have to... Like, oh, peanut butter? How many things do I have to pick? Fresh berries? That'll be all. Do you like anything else? No. Can I... Can I not pick anything? Yep. Fruit salad, I guess? How many things do I have to pick? This boy's gonna, like, make me explode. Okay, an omelet, sure. It's a cheese. Ew, crab. An omelet? Bacon? That'll be all. No. No, I don't want anything else. Can I stop, please? Please. Eggs and bacon, biscuits and gravy, grilled cheese sandwiches, hash browns, that'll be all. Looks up from his notebook after jolting your order down, flashing you a friendly smile. Well, I'll come back in a bit with your order, sir. Got a meal enough for like 10 people. You watch the man run back towards the kitchen, where your eyes took notice of the Help Wanted poster messily plastered on a notice board. It looks as if it's been up there for a while, as the corners are torn and stained with a mysterious liquid? The fuck? Dante's words come back into your mind as you're reminded of your lack of money. Right, a job. I'll ask that waiter about it when he comes back. A few moments pass before you see him approaching your booth, carefully holding your food and gracefully maneuvering through the tables nearby with that familiar smile. Here you go. Hope you enjoy your meal. Just call out to me if there's anything else you'd like. He gives you a small nod and turns to leave. Wait, I saw that this place is hiring. Are positions still open, or am I too late? His head snaps towards you, his face painted with surprise. His eyes gleam with excitement.
Yes, yes.
They're still open. Oh man, we've been looking for some help for ages. I'm so happy that you're interested. His voice rises into a normal speaking volume as he lets his eagerness show. Taking a quick glance around the bustling diner, it is obvious to anyone that they were severely understaffed. You give him a big smile. You can tell he's going to be a great coworker. That is, if you get hired. So, am I going to need to submit my resume and apply? Who should I even talk to? You peek past his figure to see if you can spot a manager running around. His face fills your view as he moves his head to meet your searching gaze. Also, I just realized something. 1 second. Was it 4? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Gonna make that mistake that I made yesterday and forgot to do that before someone actually uses it. In fact, self-punishment here. Yeah, for waiting so long to fix that. Okay. I think the person you're looking for is yours truly, sir. Oh, and no worries about the resume. You're hired. I would at least like to know your name, though. You raise an eyebrow at him. You were happy to be employed, but you question the practices of the diner under this man's management. You notice he's fidgeting with his uniform as the two of you speak. You wonder how he even survived this long in this line of work, being the quiet man he is. Right, my name. It's Dalarum. Okay, Dalarum. You can finish eating it here and meet me in the back. I'll be happy to show you all you need to know. Without another word, he starts to walk away before quickly turning his head to look at you again.
By the way, my name's Chris. It was nice to meet you.
You too, sweetheart. Chris then continues to the register where a small line of people are waiting to pay. It was nice to meet you too, Chris. He's already busy with another customer by the time you answer back. Once full and content, you make your way towards the staff door. Well, you can only assume it was the staff door. Chris flew out of it with a few dishes in hand a moment before. As you step through, your nose is hit with a delicious mixture of aromas created by all the different meals being prepared. Your smelling escapade is interrupted by Chris hastily bustling through the swinging door, dirty plates stacked in his hands. He lets out a small gasp upon seeing you.
Hey.
Give me a second, please. You nod as he brushes past you, quickly placing the dishes in the water-filled metal sink. They hit the bottom of it with a muted clink. Chris grabs a cloth, drying his hands while he turns to you. He lets out an exhausted sigh. We'll start your training in just a moment. I need this. His eyes tell you everything you need to know as he looks at you. He has probably been on his feet all day. You watch as he lays back on the wall, sweeping away some sweat droplets on his forehead. His slightly disheveled hair frames his eyes as he gazes at the ceiling. His eyes suddenly meet yours, a shock running through your body. You quickly look away, embarrassed that he caught you. From the corner of your eye, you see him straighten up and sheepishly reach a hand behind his neck. A single thought then snaps you out of your embarrassment. Wait, did he say training? Hold on, we're starting our training now? Are you sure this is the best time? Chris drops his hands and nods his head gently. We need help as soon as we can possibly get it. This summer has been one of our busiest, so I would love it if I could work with you right away. If that's okay with you, of course. His eyes wander away and his voice trails off into a faint whisper towards the end of the sentence. I mean, of course that's okay. I'd be glad to help you. I'm fucking broke. I need money now. I can't leave you in your time of need. You give him a reassuring smile and place your hands on your hips, excited to lend a hand to your newfound friend. All right then, teach me your ways. Also, I'm just not realizing, did my skin tone actually change when I changed it? Kind of looks like the default one. Time seems to fly, with only a couple minutes of your shift remaining. You paid careful attention to any upcoming orders. Now's not the time to be making any mistakes. It could hinder your chance to leave early. You peer out the serving hatch towards Chris, preparing yourself to cook like your heart depended on it. Who's been cooking this whole time then? Last couple minutes, we can do this. The familiar bell of the door rings and you quickly fix your eyes towards the entrance. Instead of a small family or elderly person like you've seen all day, a young man walks in. He looks probably in his 30s. His slick long blonde hair framed his face, and his captivating eyes made it almost hard for you to look away. You feel like you've seen him somewhere, but you can't quite put your finger on it. Is it Dante? What does Dante look like? I'm gonna obsess until I know. All that is to say, he didn't look the most approachable. He looked around with a slight scowl, seemingly prepared to book it. Your eyes briefly meet, and you can almost swear he gave you a half smile before finding a booth to be seated in. He doesn't look like one of the townsfolk at all. Could he be another visitor? You turn to look at Chris, who seems to be just as puzzled as you are. He shrugs at you and clutches his small notepad, making his way over to the man. You aren't sure if it's because he's tired or not, but Chris's usual upbeat manner for new customers looked diminished. Oh, maybe it's his dad? Blonde. Welcome to Cup of Joe Mama. What can I get for you today? Since you started working with Chris, you've noticed a pattern with him. At first, he'd stick with his usual script of asking someone what they wanted, but if the customer went off script and asked something he wasn't used to hearing, he'd falter.
Can I get the omelette?
Hello, you were definitely not his father. You can be my daddy, though.
But with just the egg whites. And lightly beaten, not whisked. Whisking makes my face bloat.
Okay. I've got to shoot next week. I can't be bloated now, can I? Use pink Himalayan salts, if possible. I don't want any preservatives in my systems. Oh, and hold on any extra spices. I'm a simple man. Just salt, pepper, and a hint of tarragon and a pinch of... is it cumin or cumin? Will do. One or the other. Also, don't cook it the American way. Do it French. I prefer my food authentic. You are authentic, yes. My guy, this is like a little town diner. What the fuck are you expecting? The well-suited man nods his head towards the large window beside him. The words authentic homemade recipes plastered outside in a large red font. Authentic does not mean French? What the fuck? It just means like authentic to the place that we are at, which is not France. Yes? Good. The man pulls out his wallet and pays for his food. Chris comes back with a small torn page, slowly pushing it over to you. Sorry, Dalarum. I didn't get most of that. It's alright, Chris. I'm sure none of the things he mentioned are real anyways. He giggles and nods. Yeah, okay. Do your best anyways. With that, Chris leaves to clean a few empty plates from the customers that had just left. How hard could it be? Crack a couple of eggs, separate the yolks from the whites, and mix it lightly? You got it, Dalarum. You grab a bowl and confidently crack the first egg, successfully separating the yolk from the whites with ease. Already he's more talented than actual me. I can barely cook an egg. Oh my god, I'm basically Gordon Ramsay. Feeling optimistic, you move on to the second egg. However, this time, the yolk breaks and drips into the egg whites. Ugh. A little yolk wouldn't hurt. He probably won't even notice. You start mixing, aiming for a light and fluffy look. Despite your efforts, however, the whites refuse to cooperate. I should just whisk it at this point. You hold onto the whisk with a strong grip and mix vigorously, trying to salvage the situation. Instead of forming soft peaks, they remain stubbornly runny and lackluster. Wow, this is not giving... Chibli? Take it you meant like Ghibli? Like Ghibli films? Whatever, let's just cook this thing. You heat up a non-stick pan and pour the egg mixture into it, the consistency looking far from ideal. What did he want in it again? He only mentioned spices, right? Whatever. Regular salt and pep. Never hurt anyone. He did say salt, pep, cumin, and tarragon. I don't even know if you have cumin and tarragon. You sprinkle some grated cheese and chopped vegetables onto the layer of egg whites, topping it all off with salt and pepper. He didn't say cheese and vegetables. As you attempt to fold it, it tears easily. You manage to patch it up as best as you can, but it's clear that this is not the finest... this is not the Pinterest-worthy egg white omelet you had envisioned. As you plate the omelet and hand it to Chris, you can't help but feel a mix of disappointment and embarrassment, hoping that the taste will somehow make up for its less than ideal appearance. He looks so grumpy. Chris, unaware of the small war you had with the man's oddly specific recipe, makes his way over to the to present it to the customer. What happened here? Chris tries to speak, but he cuts him off. No, actually I know what happened. Your chef is terrible. Just look at this omelet. It's obvious they can't separate the yolks from the whites. It's most definitely not whisked. Not to mention that it's clear to anyone's eyes that it's under-seasoned. I'm deeply sorry, sir. It's actually their first day. Before Chris could even finish his sentence, the man puts a hand up and stands up from his seat. His figure towered over Chris, looming over him.
Did you even try to get my order right? I bet you wrote it down wrong, because there is no way a chef could mess such a simple order up.
Oh boy, I hate this man. He's a Karen. I could sue you. No, you could not. You can't sue me for making a fucking omelet wrong. You even know who I am? Do I even care? Shit, this could get messy. You swiftly exit the kitchen and rush over next to Chris, hoping to defuse the situation. Immediately take the blame and offer to make another. Sir, this isn't his fault. It's mine. I was the one in the kitchen. The customer takes a moment to gloss over your figure. I can try to make another one if you'd like, properly this time.
Ugh.
He rolls his eyes and sits back down, pushing the plate back towards you and Chris. No need. You sigh quietly with relief. As the tension eases up, you exchange a nervous glance with Chris, grateful that the situation didn't escalate further. The man leans back into the booth seat, still eyeing you with a playful smirk on his face. I'll most definitely be back another time, and you'll have a chance to redeem yourself. Why are you giving me a pass? You were on Chris's ass, but then you look at me like, Am I just your type? What the fuck? Despite a somewhat playful response, his tone still tinged with mild annoyance. You couldn't help but chuckle nervously. I promise that you won't be disappointed. Chris, trying to diffuse any remaining tension, chimes in. Yeah, you know how it is with new recipes, right? Sometimes it takes a bit of practice to get them right. Well, no, I don't know how it is with new recipes. I have enough to deal with day to day, so I have a personal chef. Why didn't you just fucking go to your personal chef? Huh? Oh. But I suppose you're right. I'm looking forward to that improved meal. Dalarum? You were about to ask how he knew your name, but recalled your makeshift, "Hi, my name is," sticker on your apron. Well, if you don't know, or you don't already know, I'm Wyatt. God, his name is even, like, pretentious. Here's my business card. I'll get going now. My appetite is ruined, and I'll have important matters to tend to. And I have important matters to tend to. Till next time, Dalarum. God, I hope there's not a next time. Wyatt slides over his business card with a quick wink before getting back up and leaving the diner, making sure to nudge Chris on his way out. What do you have against Chris? Chris is a little angel. He's a sweetheart. How dare you hurt the child? He's not really a child, but still. My boy, don't hurt him, or I will hurt you. You pick up the card for information on the jerk. Wyatt Quinn Q, CEO of Microsoft? I mean, interesting name. Wouldn't say he has a good naming sense. Now it made sense. His eyes. Not only is he a genius, but he's extremely popular due to his pretty eyes. He's a hit in the modeling scene. You recall a couple of your friends fangirling over him, actually. Hey, Dalarum? Chris's gentle voice takes you out of your thoughts, and you turn to look at him. Are you okay? I'm sorry about all that. We don't usually have customers like him. He looks down to the floor and plays with his sleeves awkwardly. You playfully flex your arm, making him smile a little. Well, besides that, your first shift is officially over. Here's your pay. He hands you a wad of cash out of his pocket, his sad demeanor seemingly disappearing into thin air. Ah, thank you. Are you headed off too as well? Chris gives you a strained chuckle and shakes his head. I wish. I've still got the lunch and dinner services to look after. Plus, our other chef doesn't come in until around 7 p.m. Someone's got to be here in the meantime. Has he always been working like this? Is it even legal for someone to be working this much? Not wanting to question more of his unhealthy work ethic, you simply nod and go into the locker room to gather your belongings, ready to head off.
Hey.
Dalarum, one sec before you go. My number! Yes, another fucking number. Hell yeah. Give me all the fucking pretty and handsome boys' numbers in this town. You should take it so I can talk to you about shifts or anything. Oh, right. You both exchange contact information, and you leave the kitchen, waving goodbye to Chris as you leave. You look down at your phone as you exit, curious about the time. The number 1:30 p.m. shone brightly on your screen. How long did I work then? If it's like morning? Like 8 or 9 a.m.? So that was like a... Even if we go with like the earliest, with 8. Like a 5-hour shift? How much that could even pay? 5 hours. Small town diner. I can't imagine it pays much. Maybe like 12 bucks an hour? Maybe? Like just enough to pay for my night at the hostel? Huh, still pretty early. I thought I was here for longer. I guess it wouldn't hurt to just walk around. Following the general direction of other townsfolk, you get to see more of what the town has to offer. Jean wasn't wrong. It really was a beautiful place. You find yourself in the town square. A fresh breeze blows through your hair as you take in your surroundings. The streets were crowded by people and had stalls lining them, each one branding unique produce and cuisines, most notably fish. As you walk past the stalls to observe them one by one, you catch sight of a familiar figure. Past his figure, you could see a shorter, silver-haired man who seemed to be talking with him. The man had his arms crossed, donning a tired look on his face. He's the kind of guy you would expect him to hang around, but then again, you don't necessarily know Jean well enough to be making that kind of assumption. Might as well go say hi. Grinning to yourself, you approach the duo and reach out to tap him on the shoulder. Jean turns towards you, his face lighting up as he realizes it's you. Dalarum, didn't expect to see you here. Have you been settling in well? Yep, I'm actually exploring a little right now. I even managed to get a job at Cup of Joe Mama. Cup of Joe Mama? I love that place. Great coffee to start the day with. I'll definitely be seeing you around a lot more. His eyes disappear from grinning widely at you. Disappear? His eyes disappear from his face? He has superpowers? Interesting. Your eyes briefly flutter. The silver-haired man, upon noticing your gaze, the man sharply turns away. Jean takes notice of your curiosity and takes a small step back, placing a hand on the stranger's lower back to lightly push him closer to you. He looked at Jean with his eyes widened, startled by the sudden contact. Jean placed his arm around the stranger's shoulders, tightening his grip slightly as he spoke. This here is good old Vince Matador? Don't mind his behavior. Oh, we're definitely like British English spelling. He isn't used to new people. Vince's eyes narrowed as he gave Jean a curt glare before taking a glance at you. It was short-lived as he chose to give his attention to the ground beneath him instead. I'm Dalarum. It's nice to meet you, Vince. I'm Dalarum. Vince says nothing in response, seemingly unwilling to introduce himself to you. Instead, he keeps his eyes downward, occasionally glancing up at Jean. Come on, Vince. We talked about this. Vince bites the bottom of his lip before looking up at you.
Hey. Jean told me about you. Quite the predicament you've gotten yourself into. With the car and all.
He has a really cute voice. His voice is pretty quiet, sort of like Chris when he's nervous. Vince leans more to the mumbling side. I would say he's more quiet, like, what's his name? Kai? Kai spoke really quiet. Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate, but that's not to say good things haven't come from it. It's still a vacation, I guess. Minus my new job, of course. Vince's attention wasn't on you by the time you had finished your sentence and was fixated on the ground once again. Jean gently nudged Vince, jolting his attention back to you and the discussion at hand. After some short hesitation, Vince spoke back up. Well, that's an optimistic way to look at it. I'm glad you're not too bummed out about it. Vince's attention shifts back to Jean, who offers a nod of agreement. Silence fills the air for a moment before Jean clears his throat. Say, why don't you show Dalarum around, Vince? It's about time I headed back anyway. I gotta get dinner started. Vince gives Jean a solemn look, his eyes practically begging for him not to leave. Jean, on the other hand, gave Vince a few gentle pats on the arm and a reassuring grin. All right, I'll leave you two to it then. See you around, Dalarum. Bye, Jean. You wave goodbye as he turns his back to leave. Vince's face scrunches up as he yells out for Jean. You're a little taken aback, as he has been pretty quiet up until now.
Hold on now. I never said I would. Jean, get back here.
Jean ignores his pleas as he takes a final look back to wave goodbye before disappearing into the crowd of people. Vince's shoulders drop in defeat. He heaves a big sigh, turning his attention to you. I
guess I could try to show you around. Unless you've already got plans.
Nope. I am free for a date. He looks down to his thumbs, which he had been twiddling awkwardly for the past few minutes. He doesn't look entirely convinced to walk you around. I kind of want to, because I know how much it can suck to be, like, forced into doing something that you're not comfortable with. But also, I want to agree to be polite? Yeah, sure, why not? I don't have much else to do but sleep anyway. This is a better use of my time. Vince seems almost disappointed when you say yes, his shoulders dropping as he exhales. Didn't you ask me? What's with the attitude? Let's get on with it then. Vince's words sound half-hearted, and you begin to wonder if this was the right decision as you both begin walking. Yeah, I'm wondering. But he's so cute. It's hard for you at first to get used to the uncomfortable silence between you and Vince, but you eventually don't mind it. You've done more than enough talking today with the whole Wyatt situation, so the silence was more than welcome. I'm like on the cusp of sneezing. It's there. It's tickling my nostril. Ugh. Yep. It's coming. Oh my god, okay. Just sneezed my brains out. Give me a second, I gotta go get a tissue now. Alright. No longer dying. Also not entirely stuffed up anymore, so I guess I kind of needed that sneeze. Oh, okay. Getting my cord situated here. The white situations, the silence was more than welcome. Vince keeps his eyes glued to the ground, his hands fidgeting with the various bracelets on his arm. So, your voice trails off, and you clear your throat nervously, struggling to find the right words. Thank him for taking the time out of his day to show you around. Hey Vince, you speak gently, trying once again to break the ice. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to show me around. I know it must suck to be forced to hang out with a stranger, but it is really nice of you. Finch's shoulders visibly relax as your words seem to have a positive effect on him. He looks up at you and gives you a half smile. No, it doesn't suck. I just don't really get out much. I'm not even sure what to show you, really. Just show me your favorite places. Maybe it'll help me get to know you a bit. He leads you to places like his favorite record store and a cozy coffee shop, his genuine enthusiasm evident as he talks about them. As the two of you make your way around a familiar corner, your attention is drawn to Andrew's bookstore. Cute. Through the windows, you catch a glimpse of him reorganizing books and engrossed in conversation with a few customers. Vince's eyes naturally follow your gaze, and his steps come to an immediate halt. Let's go to another part of town. Do you not like the bookstore, or do you just not like, what's his name, Andrew? You turn to him and notice his eyes fixed on Andrew, though his expression isn't a pleasant one. Do I nudge him to answer me? Or do I just let it go? I'm curious. But I don't want to seem too nosy. What do I want to do? I'm too curious, okay. What's wrong? I'd really prefer not to talk about it. He shifts his gaze downwards. He raises a hand to the back of his neck, absent-mindedly scratching it to physically dispel his unease. I'm not gonna push him. Drop it and go elsewhere. Acknowledging his unease, you offer a reassuring nod. I probably shouldn't be prying. I can always ask about it again when I know him better. Exactly. Like, asking once is one thing to kind of like get a feel for how he feels about it. After that, we don't push. Sure, let's go somewhere else. I haven't been around there yet. You motion towards the opposite direction and offer him a gentle smile. His demeanor softens, a flicker of relief crossing his face as a hint of a smile tugs at the corner of his lips. Either they're exes, or maybe Andrew used to be a bully, like in high school or something? I don't know. Who knows? As the both of you turn a corner, you suddenly hear the distant sound of music and applause. With your newfound curiosity getting the best of you, you follow the source and find yourself at a sort of makeshift stage set up by what seems to be the town's local theater group. Approaching closer to the stage, the crowd's enthusiasm starts to excite you too. Taking a glance at all the performers, it was hard not to be drawn to the guy with bright green hair. Hi. You don't see that every day. Guess he really wanted to stand out, huh? You turn to Vince, who has his arms crossed and brows furrowed. What's wrong? I'm just not a big fan of crowds. You would hate Comic-Con then. You get used to crowds if you go to Comic-Con. I'm talking about the Sandy Hickle Comic-Con. The OG. Or him. You focus your attention back towards the stage, where the green-haired man was giving his final monologue. He happens to be one of the lead actors. His energy and charisma undeniable. His presence radiating through the crowd, mesmerizing everyone with each spoken word. Him? If by him you mean the walking highlighter, then yes, him. You snort a little at the comment, caught off guard by Vince's unexpected sense of humor. As the performance reaches its conclusion, the crowd ruptures into cheers. Your attention gets pulled back to the lead performer, though his eyes were already on you, his gaze direct and sparkling with intrigue. As the crowd slowly disperses, he boldly jumps off the stage and approaches you with a wide grin. You hear a small groan of protest come from Vince as he rolls his eyes.
Hey there! You new in town?
My name's Kevin. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm just thinking of like the male version of a Karen. Is that they call it a Kevin on Reddit? So that's where my brain went. Hey there, the name's Kevin. You new in town? Do people in this town just know everyone? This is like the millionth time I've been asked this. Yes, actually. I'm Dalarum. How could you tell I was new? He snorts sheepishly.
I'm a regular performer here. Practically every week. I've seen the same faces countless times, but yours is definitely new.
He gives you a playful smirk, his eyes holding a glint of amusement. Before you could reply, the man's gaze falls on Vince, and his eyebrows rise as he just realized he was here. The smirk only straightened. Oh, the vampire finally left his house? Proud of you, Pre. What the fuck is a Pre? Or Pre? I don't know this word. Proud of you, Pre. I really thought some sunlight would make you dissolve or something. Vince only musters up an annoyed glare. Satisfied with this tease, the performer returns his attention to you. Anyways, how are you finding Brine Bay? I'm sure it's not much, but we've got a few redeemable charms. It's been nothing special. I like it so far. There's a lot of hot guys, so... Well, I like it so far. It's quaint, a nice difference from the city. His eyes widen with surprise, and he excitedly grabs your hands.
City? You're from the city? That's so cool!
Okay, so I moved from San Diego to where I live now, but like a smaller part of where I live now. So it was like an even smaller town than where I am now currently residing. And I was in my last semester of high school. And like the first day, they're like introducing me to the new classes and all that. And one of them, a kid, was actually just like, oh, I love people from San Diego. In almost the same exact sort of like enthusiasm, like, oh, a person from the city. And I'm just like, oh God. Oh God, what have I gotten myself into? Not by choice. Yeah, born and raised. You chuckle awkwardly at the sudden contact, and he quickly lets go. He clears his throat as his cheeks flush a light red. Sorry, I've just always wanted to go to the city. He let out a soft, amused laugh. No worries, I understand. Well, so, what did you think about my performance? Is it anything like the actors from Paragon Arts? Paragon Arts, probably the most prominent theater company you could think of. It comes as no surprise that he aspires to be like them. Rudely say no. I mean, I'm not gonna be mean. Obviously, him and Vince don't, like, really get along, or he just likes to tease him, and Vince is like, ugh. But yeah, I'll praise him. Oh, definitely. I personally think you're better than those carbon copies I've seen. Did you see how riled up the audience was when you finished your scene? I've never seen anyone do that. You've got something special. Excited, he grins and lifts his chin triumphantly. Triumphant. Your response makes Vince roll his eyes and turn to look elsewhere, now uninterested in the conversation.
Thanks.
Ah, I knew you'd say that. I hear it from the others all the time, but it's refreshing to hear it from someone new. I mean, come on, look at me. Oh, so he's a narcissist. Okay, okay. He puffs his chest out and does a small flex with his arm. I've got the charm, the talent, and the extra it factor. I really think I can get far, just not here. He tickles lightly, his bravado momentarily fading as he relaxes his posture. Not here. He seems well established, though. It's a small town, you know. Can't get my name out there if it's unknown. Right, right. But hey, I'm getting closer each day. Maybe someday you can even call yourself one of my very first fans. Gives you a quick wink. A voice suddenly calls to him from the stage where people have started to clean. Oh, crap. I've got to bounce, but... He begins rummaging through his bag, pulling out a small business card that looks similar to Wyatt's.
Feel free to reach out if you ever need a friend, or want to catch another show.
He begins to make his way back to the stage before turning his head to you to raise a hand to wave goodbye. I'll be looking forward to hearing from you. Fuck, I got another number. Vince, you gotta give me your number too. And then Andrew also has to give me his number. I gotta get everybody's numbers. With that, he disappears into the crowd. You look up at the sky and notice that it's starting to get dark. Clearly you've stayed out longer than you would have liked. It's getting pretty late. We should get going. Vince nods and follows behind your lead. While walking home, you glance down at the small makeshift card in your hand. Kevin... Okay, the squiggly above is almost like a Y sound. So, Zunio? Kevin Zunio? Recalling Wyatt's card, you retrieve it from your pocket and compare the two. Yep, exactly the same. Isn't this kind of plagiarism? Shrugging off the thought, you tuck the two cards away. So, what was that all about? What, me and Kevin? Don't worry about it. It's kinda dumb. He waves his hand up dismissively as he mumbles under his breath to downplay the situation. If you say so. It was nice seeing you be less gloomy, though. You give him a small nudge and smile as he dips his head to hide the flush on his cheeks. The both of you finally reach the hostel after a long walk back to the opposite side of town. You're just about spent on energy, and we're in need of a good night's rest. Well, I guess that's it for today. Yep, thanks for walking me back, Vince. It's no problem. As you're about to turn, he gently reaches out, his fingers brush against yours. Oh my god, are we gonna kiss? I'm ready. I'm ready. Your eyes flicker for a brief moment, down to your hands before making eye contact with him. Thanks for today, Dalarum. I know I'm not the easiest of people to get along with, but you kept trying anyway. Not a lot of people would, so thank you for that. I had a good time. Me too. Me too, Vince. It's been nice to meet you. Would you, His voice trails off, cracking a little at the end. Another one bites the dust. Would you maybe like to have my number? He averts his gaze and begins to nervously chew on his lip again. Unless you think that's stupid, which it kind of is. Would you want my number? We just met. That's weird. You chuckle at his nervousness and nod. Sure, Vince. His expression relaxes slightly, a hint of relief tugging at the corner of his lips. He takes out his phone and quickly shares his number with you. It's a small gesture, but you can tell it means more to him than he's letting on. Well, I'll head off now. Jean would probably start freaking out if I'm not back before nighttime. Aw. Is he, like, raising you? Or, like... Maybe not raising. Or maybe he is raising. I don't know how old Jean is. But, definitely looking after you. Like an uncle. Right, Jean did mention he was making dinner for them. Good night, Dalaran. Good night, Vince. You smile at him as he walks off. Thought he was able to come out of his shell by the end of the day. Upon entering your room, you waste no time shedding your clothes off by the entrance. A trail gets left behind you as you rush into the bathroom for a well-deserved shower. You do your usual night routine and get into your comfiest set of pajamas. As you leave the bathroom, you gather your discarded clothing to clean when you get the chance. Hopefully there's a dry cleaner nearby. You hop into the bed and wrap yourself up with a large blue comforter. Turning to your side, you grab your phone and begin scrolling through your list of new contacts. I wonder if anyone's free to talk right now. Hey, what if I just called Vince? Chris might still be awake. This feels like the first... Oh, and then I could call Kevin. There's Mom and Dad. What do I want to call? I really liked Vince's voice, but Chris was really cute, and I really love Jean. I don't want to talk to Wyatt. Fuck it, we'll go Vince. Fellow silver-haired man. Let's go. No, we just left each other, but hey.
Hello? Who is this? Oh, it's you. Hey.
Everything all right?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting you to call me already.
Sorry, I was excited. Did you get home safely?
No. I'm still making my way back. I, wanted to take a little detour. Walk around town a little longer. I'm glad we had this walk. It's been a while since I've gotten some fresh air, so it was nice getting to show you around.
Thank you for taking the time to.
I should be the one thanking you. I don't know a lot of people, so going out like this was a little out of my comfort zone. But, you know...
Laugh was cute.
Kinda knew Gene would give me a huge lecture if I didn't. He's just looking out for me. I guess. I think I'll hang up for now. Again, thank you for today. Rest well.
You too, Vince. As the two of you exchange your parting words, you press the end call button. Well, this wasn't exactly what I thought my holiday would be like, but I'm glad everyone I've met has been nice so far. Feeling content, you plug your phone into the charger and gently shut your eyes, ready to doze off to sleep. I wonder how tomorrow will go. Feels like the end of the demo. Let me see if I'm right. Yeah, thank you for playing the demo of Threads of You Beyond the Bay. Hey, it was fun. Can't wait to play the whole thing. So yeah, it looks like we got Vince, Andrew, Jean, Kai, Chris, Wyatt, and Kevin. I think I got that right. Contacts. Jean, Kai, Chris, Wyatt, Vince, Kevin. Yeah. Cool. Cool. We're grateful that you've given our game a chance and hope you enjoyed it. I really did. A lot of cute stuff going on here. We hope you'll consider supporting us on our future Kickstarter and our social media accounts for future updates and sneak peeks of our story and content going forward. I'm already following on is it Itch.io? Itch.io? I don't use that site often, except for like games that I'm really interested in, so I always forget what it's called. Is it like Itch.io? Itch.io? Itch.io. Yeah, that's where I'm following it. Is it on Steam? Let me check. I think it's just Itch, maybe. Nope, it's also on Steam. Yeah, so you can... Oh, I didn't want to play it. There we go. You can also follow it on Steam. Which I forgot to actually put it on my watch list on Steam as well. I'll do that. Here we go. Alright, I'm totally getting this when it comes out. It was fun. Have a good day. Thank you. It's actually 11:01 p.m. at night, but you know. Alright. Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and get Minecraft up and going then, because that's what we're going to play next.